Welcome to another interview. We still at Firebird. I also had the honor over here to be in Coach Mansour class. Fantastic wrestling class. Thank you very much for having me. And also thank you very much for agreeing to do this small interview. Like it's more like a chat. We're gonna chat a bit of wrestling, and I'm always happy to speak about wrestling. Can you do a small introduction, your name, where you're from, and how long you've been doing wrestling?
Okay. My name is Mansour, as you say. I'm 40 years old, and 7 years I living in Malaysia. I married in Malaysia, now I'm half Malaysian.
There you go.
And I started wrestling when I was 11 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, and successively I practiced until 22, 23 years old. After that, busy with the business, but still I'm go for some exercise occasionally.
Yeah.
And after that, I try to go for the helping my coach, and I learn many things that moment about coaching. But I don't expect I become coach until I come to Malaysia. I see the situation is good. There is no base at all, and I create my vision to build the Malaysia wrestling, and successfully we done the federation with some of the friends.
So Mansour, you started wrestling when you were 11. I guess you competed national level in Iran. Have you ever competed internationally for Iran? Or?
No, I don't go to the international team, but I fight in the Iran selection, and I get the silver medal in Iran. And
which for the rest of the world, that's already like really high level, Like I did a bit of wrestling, a bit of movement with him, and he taught me a really clean detail of the arm drag from a snap. It was so beautiful. I had to stop him in the middle of the training to ask him the detail. And like things like this, like people, they've been doing wrestling since they were kids with high level wrestlers. Even if you said like you never get to go and compete for Iran, you've been in the room with the guys. They've been competing with Iran. Do you feel that being in that room helps you to get better, even if you're not to that level, but it helps you to become better?
Just now the thing you see, the moment I fighting for the wrestling, my method, because I learned from other gym, it was power, show my power, but I don't do everything specifically and properly. Mostly I use my muscle power. After I back to one of the gym in my city is so famous, this gym, and usually from 10 weight of wrestling they get 5 medal in between 100 gym in one city. I go there, I request, I was champion of my city for 3 years. I asked them, I want to join you. They asked me, you need to start from the beginning. I accepted. And I see there is something different compared with the other gym I had experience there. And I stay with the coach there, and I learn proper wrestling. And the thing you see here is result of that gym. Mr. Hossein Khelgardust, and this method belongs to champion Behruz Yari, is world champion.
So you put now more essence into the technique than into the power, than into like muscles. Now you feel like the technique is more important, and if you do the technique perfectly, everything else is gonna work better.
You need all of this, but technique is so important. Yes, you have some tools. One of them is power, one of them is flexibility, one of them is technique. Yes, you need to have all of them, and with one coordination you use in the right time each one of them.
So you feel like the technique is more important, or you have to combine all of them?
Actually, technique is the first.
Number one technique, and after that you combine everything else together.
Correct.
Okay, amazing. So when you were training as a trainee, being part of the class, how was the session structures? There were more drilling, there was more like sparring, there was more like fake sparring, you know, like the slow sparring where you're going through the moves without hurting each other. How would you feel like a session? How was a session for you guys back then?
Usually, I give example my country, Iran, because I trained there. They have warm up. After warm up is the repetition of the technique without any defense. After that is sparring. This is the routine, and then we go for the cardio.
Cardio is always at the end of the session.
Yeah.
And the sparring, the sessions, the sparring part is 100% or
100%.
100%. You just go.
Yeah.
And every single session is like that. How many sparring session like you would have a week?
Okay. We had 3 class per week, and in all these 3-day class per week, we had a sparring. And it depends on the wrestler level. The timing of sparring can be different.
Okay. Yeah. So you change the length of the sparring. You make it a minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes.
Correct.
So if somebody's new, you still ask them to be as intense as everybody else, but for a shorter amount of time. You ask them to do it for a minute instead of doing it for 3.
In the normal wrestling classes in Iran, they go at the beginning, yes, for short time. But in the wrestling school method, the method I follow, no beginner allowed to do a sparring.
Okay. How long you're not allowed to do sparring as a beginner?
There is a few steps to reach to the sparring level, and there is some exam for each step. If any athlete can pass this exam faster, yes, can reach. Between 6 months, the clever one in the 6 months can reach to the sparring, and can takes 1.5 years to reach to the sparring.
Okay. So that's why you guys go hard, because everybody's experienced and everybody knows how to do it.
Yeah.
It's impossible to do the same with somebody who's not as at the level.
Yeah.
You know, because that's when injury happens and when everything else. And what kind of test? Like, do they have to wrestle like in a specific move, or they have to do a specific move? How it works? I'm not sure if it's a secret. I mean, I'm not trying to, but I'm trying to steal the secret for myself. You know, for my classes. Yeah.
Actually, this is not secret. It's so it's not easy to learn it, because you need to stay in the class for a few years to know about all the stepping. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Just now I forget your
Claudio.
question.
My question. Yeah. So my question was, like, give me an example of one of the exams.
For first step, those beginners come to the classes. They give almost 6 to 8 gymnastic form. You need to learn this, and you have exam end of the month. If you can show me you do all of this, we go for the next step. Next step, gonna add a few gymnastic form and different shape of the exercise. In the second step, gymnastic gonna add it again, and technique gonna start it. Repetition of the simple technique, guard of wrestling, something like that. Add a few steps, and until you reach to we have the last step calling champion step. That moment you are the professional wrestler. You can join to and this stepping make energy and push the student to pass this step. I want to reach to the next and I want to reach to the champion level, because they see each other but in the different place, same time in the gym, but the beginner other side, second step here, and they raise up the head and look at the other side. They say, wow, I wish to reach there. Create the vision for themselves. That's why they're growing fast. Vision, mental.
You just blew my mind, because it kind of makes sense, you know, now that you say it out loud. But I never thought about it. It's like if physically you're not up to the task, I'm not even gonna teach you the technique, because you're not physically ready.
Yeah.
When you're physically ready, then I can show you everything else.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense, you know, especially if you want to build like a successful program like the Iranian program, you know. That's really really interesting. So how long you been assistant coach for your coach? How long you been helping him after that?
Almost, I had one young brother. He was a bit fat, 6 years younger than me, and I asked him, let's go to the wrestling class. Most of the city know me because I was famous in my city. And many people asked, bring your brother to our class. I told no, my brother need to go to the wrestling school class, that method I told. And he become, in the youth, 97 kg champion of the country.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the result of that class. That class is magic. But has military rules. Everybody must follow. This is one of the...
This is number one, yeah, which is very important, I
Yeah.
guess. Like, there's no, like, what happens, for example, if you don't follow the rules, they just kick you out of the school, or...
Yeah, 3 days per week you need to join to the classes. If you don't go to the classes without reasonable reason,
Yeah.
who gonna explain about reason? The parents. Parents must come. Say my son has fever. This is the result of the doctor. Show 42 degree cannot come. Just in the moment, coach can accept. Our friend hand broken in the gym. Go a few days, he don't come. Coach call. Tell to your son come to the class.
So you start with the part where somebody broke his arm. Yeah.
Yeah, even if they get bad injury like a broke arm, they need to come to the class. After past a few days, they get okay. They must come sit down on the chair and look at the exercise, listen to the coach. What coach say, what coach teach today. Many people get a small injury, but they must come to the class and sit in the corner and see.
That's very important. Mentally, you have to still be in the class. You still have to be part of the
Yeah.
class. If not, like I asked the same to my guys. When I was coaching, I said to them, listen, if you go for 2-3 months, because sometimes they get like really bad injury, they get all these things. When you come back, these people are going to be so much better than you, and you don't even know what techniques we've been doing. You don't even know what we've been working on. It's better to just be here at least once or twice a week. Be here, see what we're doing, see what we're working on, and then you see the progress. And I remember I had this guy Elijah. He was like a fantastic wrestler, but he was a beginner, as everybody. We started kind of at the same time with everybody else, but he was physically more gifted. He was like fast. He was explosive, and he had a really bad injury where he had to stay out for like 3 months, 2 months and a half. And he was sitting in the corner like this, and he was just looking. He listened to me. When he came back, he was a bit slower than like he was at the beginning, but mentally, he was already there.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's always a benefit of just being there. Sometimes you're just part of the class. So you feel like in order to get this level of champions like Iran has, like Yazdani and all these guys, they're like fantastic. You feel like you need to have strict rules and people, they have to go by them. If not, there's no chance to become a champion or to even represent the country.
There is chance for the intelligent people, but how many percent of the people are intelligent? They are a star. How many percent?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many smart ones. Yeah.
But in the wrestling school method in my country, that gym I told, I see the normal people could be winner in front of the star. Because of that rules, they are normal. They are not intelligent. They do not learn so fast. Like in Japanese, they are not so clever. But with the hard working, they're gonna be better than anyone else.
So hard work beats talent.
Yeah.
All the time, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, this is a very important thing, like it's an important lesson,
Yeah.
I always feel the same, but when I hear somebody like you who's been living it, I think it's more valuable. What do you see for wrestling in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur specifically, for the next, let's say, 3-5 years?
The moment I go to the to do the preparation for the federation, write one proposal, 24 page. I wrote for 5 years planning for Malaysia. Actually, Malaysia is not easy because they don't have the wrestling culture, and they don't know what is the wrestling. There's someone in Iran or Russia or US, when they talk about wrestling, immediately a small boy say, I want to become like a X champion, Olympic champion. Like who? Like Mr. X, Mrs. X. Okay, they have a lot of example. In Malaysia, there is no example. There is no base. And building from the base is quite hard. We need to, a few years we work on a few youth, like these two boys, Alexander and Lawrence.
Amazing level,
Yeah.
amazing. For 2 years, man, they were so good.
Yeah. After they get result, they're gonna be famous. Man, you say, wow, wrestling? Mr. X get medal. I want my son become like Alex. They send own children to their wrestling classes. This is gonna happen, but the first step is so hard and takes time.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, to become
Yeah.
part of the culture
Yeah.
and to make wrestling bigger. Yeah, because I feel like I'm gonna have the same hard job in Spain. You know, Spain is very big in striking, boxing. They have Muay Thai, kickboxing, and now they have Jiu-Jitsu is growing pretty fast. But I feel like wrestling is way behind, you know, in Spain. And I'm looking forward, you know, to the challenge. And listen, we're gonna keep in touch. If you give me some tips, how is going on for you, I'm gonna be more than happy to work on that too.
Any help I can do, I will do for wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the wrestling. I'm not looking for any position. Just for one coach, always my coach told, the salary is not this money I get from the gym. The salary is the result of my student. Really is this, when they get result, when today you say, wow, they doing nice wrestling. This is a lot of energy for me. Wow, really they get better because they are every day in front of my eyes. I cannot see how much they grow.
improve. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even my wife, she was impressed, and you know, like she's seen the wrestling in UK, she's seen wrestlers over there, and you can see these kids, like they can go over there and they can compete for medals. I mean, they will compete for medal in only 2 years, 2 more years, and they're gonna be one or two, you know, like gold or silver. And that's what I'm saying is like it's beautiful to start from the zero, but it's very hard too, because like as you said, you have to fight the culture. You have to fight a lot of things there against you. And look, at the end of the day, we do it because we're passionate about it, and we do it because we love wrestling. And we want everybody to have this feeling, you know, like we do when we step on the mat and when we get to wrestle, which is fantastic. Well, Mansour, I'm not going to hold you for way longer. I have this small question, eh?
Okay.
It's a very fun one, not that serious, but it's 10 questions. Really short answer, or if you want to expand on your answer and explain why you choose that or why you don't choose that, you're more than free to do it. Yeah, great. So I call it the panda question,
Okay.
because my nickname was Panda. You know, when
I see your page.
Yeah. So number 1, what is your favorite martial art?
Wrestling.
That was an easy answer. I wasn't expecting nothing different. Number 2, what is your least favorite martial art?
Least now is wrestling on the top, MMA, and I like boxing.
No, which one you like the least? You don't like that much. Do you have any martial arts that you don't like?
I don't like that. Let me think. Not actually, because I like the sport. Anybody do something, need to respect.
Which is a fair answer. You know, like not everybody has to hate a martial art. Number 3, what motivates you?
Result of my student.
Like you just said that before, which is great. Number 4, what unmotivates you?
The thing you talk about UK just now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, yeah. I know, and it's a hard feeling, you know, to have it,
Yeah.
but it's part of the business, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know. Number 5, what exercise outside of wrestling do you love?
Jogging.
Jogging. Wow, this is the first time somebody said they likes running. What exercise do you hate?
Exercise. bodybuilding leg.
I get you. I know exactly why. Number 7. What is your favorite technique?
My favorite technique, fireman.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful. And you have a beautiful one. He got me with one really cool. I hope we have it on camera. It was a really nice one. What number 8? What is your least favorite technique?
Arm through, headlock through, and fireman already I told, and double leg.
Yeah, those are your favorite. But which are the least? The one that you don't like that much?
The one I don't like. Actually, I don't like so much the counter attack. All the technique in the counter attack, I don't like so much.
Yeah, you'd like to be the first one who goes for it, yeah?
Yeah, you know, wrestling is 3 parts: attack, defend, and counter attack. I was the person doing many times counter attack. But when I learned the proper wrestling, I said no. Need to learn counter attack. What you should not focus on. There is a lot of technique there, but all is risky. That's why I don't like the counter attack.
Yeah, you don't like the risk.
Yeah.
Okay, which is fair enough. Number 9. What is the main quality an athlete has to have in order to become a champion, in your opinion?
Need to be tidy, on time.
Discipline, yeah?
Discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline is the first.
Very important. Remember that, kids. And this is number 10, the last one. What advice would you give to a younger self?
When I was young,
Yeah, what advice would you give you when you were young? If you could.
I need to listen to the people has more experience. I want to talk about my story.
Yes.
I was so naughty. I had a lot of energy. I fighting in the street. My mom so tired of me. I was 10 years, 11 years old. Our neighbor, it was world champion wrestler. One day he come to me. He told, "Come, I wanna bring you to the wrestling school. This place is so good." I told him. I told I don't like wrestling. He told, "You like what?" I told boxing. He told, "Why boxing?" I told I wanna when fight in the street, punch people better. Exactly is my answer to him. He told me, I bring you to wrestling, you learn to do double leg put down, after that punch them easy, no need to learn boxing. I told, really? He told, yes. He bring me to the wrestling school, the right place. He was champion. Everybody know him. And I go there, I see they teaching me gymnastics. Step by step you need to go forward. I thought I do not stay here. They're teaching me gymnastics. I want to go fight. If they let me, I go to the champion group, I stay here. They told, no, there is no way. And I go to other gym. Many years I practice hard and I become city champion. A few years. But when I go as a guest to the wrestling school, I see I don't know anything. I was adult, I practice with the youth. I see, wow, then quality is super high. That moment I understand, I did almost 7 years wrong. I need to come back from the first step. That's why I decided to come to the wrestling school and start from beginning. But I passed all the steps so fast.
Yeah, well, you already had experience, you just needed to get the right experience. Mansour, thank you very much for doing this. Thank you very much for your class. Guys, it was a fantastic conversation. I think we all learned more about wrestling, and also we learned about wrestling in Iran, which is such a high level wrestling in the world. Thank you again, and I really hope we're going to see each other in the future, either here in Malaysia, in Malaga in Spain, or who knows, maybe we do a trip in Iran and you show me the right way to do wrestling. Guys, catch you into the next one. And out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.